All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Velocity Entertainment for another Monday. I'm your host, Kyle Leonard. Each and every week, I hunt down the news. We hunt down the news. Put it together in a nice, neatly packaged little program, and we bring it to you here. And the stuff we thought, everything we think would be interesting and fun, and we kind of chat about it and nerd out about it. Remember, if you guys like the show, to jump onto patreon.com/Velocity Entertainment. That's the best place to support it. We're also on YouTube and Twitch and podcast services around the world. Joining me alongside my journey is the long hair, don't care, thug nasty, dropping them in the dirt, laying down the hurt, the all-knowing, almost Samoan, dishing out crosses, taking no losses, best baby blues in Sioux Falls, Tanner Else. What's up, buddy? How's it
I just
going?
love it when you do that. It's the highlight of my week.
It gets me feeling some sort of way when I hear it.
Next to that gentleman, we have the one and only, the trash talker. Drops more bombs than Hurt Locker. He is the nerdiest, the flirtiest, and overall most luxurious, Michael Otamendi.
I am looking luxurious today, not as much as other weeks.
AKA the engaged one.
I say, we gotta take that flirty part out now. The flirty part has to
Well,
leave.
no, I can still be the flirtiest, but just with Anna.
Okay,
Just
yeah.
with
Okay.
Yeah. it's
Either way,
it's an exclusive.
I put my fist down and said, you don't call it flirty no more. How dare you?
How dare you? I could say I'm the courteous.
Yeah.
Courteous.
yeah,
I don't know.
There you go. There you go. The nerdiest, the most courteous, and the
Yeah.
luxurious.
Yeah. I'm just thinking of stuff that'll rhyme.
But anyway, no, congratulations, dude.
Thanks.
Our boy here got engaged over the last weekend, and
I'm super excited.
freaking couldn't be more happy for the guy, my man.
Yes.
That is super exciting. I love it. I love. So, congratulations to you
I
guys.
love weddings, so let's do this.
Yeah. Well, you got to wait till at least May or June. So.
Fair enough. Live from Michael Otamendi's wedding, it's Velocity Entertainment.
I don't hire a DJ. I just hire you guys to talk about like DC and Marvel and stuff.
we just narrate the wedding.
This wedding looks a lot like when Spider-Man married Mary Jane.
And then there's the end of the vows. He's going in for the kiss. Oh, nailed it.
Nailed it.
I do play-by-play commentary.
Yeah.
So how's your guys' week been? What have you guys been up to? Anything fun and special? Or just kind of taking her easy with the pandemic?
I mean, besides the obvious for me. But,
Well, right,
yeah.
yep. You've had a pretty exciting weekend.
It's been,
you had more fun than we did.
yeah, we got to do some traveling, but other than that, just it's been really busy with work and everything. But it's been good. Very good week.
Oh, man, I'm glad to hear it, dude.
I had a fun week as well.
I beat the Avengers.
Oh, you already beat it?
I did. It's a pretty short campaign,
Oh,
actually.
okay.
I was kind of surprised.
But I knew he was doing something. He was going to ask us how our week was and then drop a bomb. Like, oh, guess what I did? 'Cause you guys
I think that was like a humble brag. Like,
That's
I was
like
like, he's like, I already beat a video game.
Well, that's about the only thing I did this week. Come on now.
Was it that fun? Where yeah, I mean,
It was fun. Like I said the other week, I played it for probably about 12 hours straight, the one weekend or whatever, and then I jumped in. I jumped into it last night or Sunday or Saturday night, one of the two. And one thing I was really happy about is that it told me right when I started the mission, like, hey, this is the final mission. If there's anything else you want to do, now's the time. And I love it when games do that.
That is nice.
Because there are games that are just like, oh, hey, here's the end of the game. It's over.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, and then you're like, what? Well, I love that Witcher 3 does that when you're
Yes,
when you're
that's
reaching a
great.
part. They're like, hey, turn back and do stuff because the story mode's going to
Story
change
mode's going to change everything.
forever. Yeah.
Yep. I love it when games do that. Like, give us a heads up. It's not hard.
Yeah.
So why don't we jump into some stories here, huh? Per usual, I'm gonna start with movies because there's not a lot for movies this week. So first and foremost, after 3 delays, we get to tack on another one to Wonder Woman 1984. It has now been moved from October 2nd to Christmas, October 25th.
Keep it coming. Keep the delays
Keep
coming.
them coming. And I think, honestly, this has a lot to do with like attendance numbers because they weren't good. I think it made in the United States. It did really well overseas.
Such a good
But I think
movie.
it made 20 million
I'm
over is domestically, like in America. which is not good. And I think this is a direct move to that. Like,
yeah, well, you got to think. I mean, all the movies that we're super excited about coming out, we wish that things were different as they're coming out. Because I still haven't been to see a movie yet. Like, you guys have both been to one, haven't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I still haven't done that. Not that I'm like scared to. I'm just like barely hearing about things unless it's on the podcast. Then I'm like, oh, I know about movies now. I don't get any of the news because it's been so quiet about everything.
I'm gonna be honest. I wouldn't be scared at all because the movie theaters are basically empty. They make you sit however many seats apart. You're wearing masks. It's like
when you buy a ticket, it like automatically blocks off the 2 seats next to you.
Exactly. So yeah.
Like I said when I went to New
scared
Mutants.
anyway.
Like I said when I went to New Mutants, it was only me. So.
So no corona scare there.
No corona scare
Took
there.
his shoes and his pants off, put his feet up, and enjoyed that movie.
Don't give away my secrets. Speaking of quiet movie theaters, this week is also really quiet for new stuff, in movies wise. Which is why, like, normally I wouldn't put in stories about TikTok influencers. I wouldn't really care. I wouldn't really care. But I kind of saw this on The Verge.
Caleb.
Yeah. I kind of saw this on The Verge, and I was like, you know what? I really like that. I really like She's All That, the old Rachel Lee Cook, Freddie Prinze Jr. movie where, you know, he's takes kind of a nerdy loner girl and turns her into the prom queen. On a bet. Turns out great. But they're gonna reboot it. Miramax is gonna reboot it with like gender. Yeah, that was my bad. With like gender roles swapped.
Yeah. So it's gonna be super hot chick taking nerdy dude to the prom on a bet now.
Addison Rae. Yep.
I'm kind of excited for that though.
Yeah. So I really like the movie. The movie will be titled "He's All That."
Fair.
As you do.
As much as you like that movie, though, I think
they didn't have much creativity there.
Did you like another teen movie better though?
Yeah. For different reasons.
Yeah. It was a good one.
It's a banana split.
It's Captain America's butt.
Man, Captain America. Anyway.
Don't get him started.
Don't do it.
I'm not going to do it. He was in the news for reasons this week.
Look it up yourself.
If you want to know what it is, you can look it up yourself. Just Captain America Instagram meme.
There you go.
Chris Evans.
Oh, that's fun.
And then the last little movie story that I like, I actually saw it today. It broke today, and I was actually kind of like losing my cool over it. So Jonathan Majors is the star of HBO's Lovecraft Country, and Spike Lee's Da 5 Bloods is reportedly joining the upcoming Ant-Man 3. Majors will join the cast that already includes Paul Rudd, Evangeline Lilly, and he will be playing one of the lead roles in the film. While his specific role hasn't been confirmed, Deadline is reporting that Majors will be playing the popular Marvel villain Kang the Conqueror. Kang is a supervillain who travels throughout time in an attempt to conquer modern eras using super advanced technology from the future. And this could very well be the next setup for the next huge bad guy in the MCU, because this is one of the ones that everybody is suspected who deals with like consequences and time travel and stuff.
Yeah.
Lost, my cool dude, because if this is true, like first of all, this dude, I've been told numerous times to watch Lovecraft Country.
I haven't seen it. Yeah.
I
mentioned it to me today, and it was the first I'd ever heard.
I haven't watched it yet, but all of the podcasts I listen to in which they watch it, they're like, "Oh, it's amazing!" Like, boom, right out the gate, episode 1, Cthulhu, boom. And I'm like, "Oh, well, I think you just sold it for me." So we definitely need to watch that.
Somebody needs to explain Cthulhu to me sometime. Is that like an urban legend, like a mythical?
He's like, I guess I don't. He's like,
I played a couple games where Cthulhu was in it, and I'm like, what's going on?
I've only ever seen him on South Park, so I don't know.
I think it's like a mythical urban legend of some sort.
He is. He's like some sort of like, I guess I don't want to say anything because I don't know for sure. But yeah, he's some sort of like god deity, kraken type monster.
Yeah.
That like lives on the moon or under the water or wherever he comes from and whatever lore. But I'm not gonna go ahead and put all my cards in for that because I don't know for sure.
I'm just gonna keep the image that I have from South Park in my head of him because it's way cooler already.
I'm gonna put this one on silent too, actually.
Yeah, I had my computer volume on. That's my bad.
You're good. You're good. So moving right along into television, also a pretty short week. Fans of The Walking Dead may be few and far between these days. It's kind of dropped off a lot. Obviously, it was one of the world's biggest shows
Go ahead. Yeah.
for so long. I mean, probably a good 8 seasons. It was the number one. There wasn't a person in the world who didn't watch The Walking Dead.
Yeah. Game of Thrones started to take over, but yeah.
Agreed.
I got to the season with that Negan guy, and
that's where a lot of people kind of dropped off.
I dropped off after season 4.
4, yeah.
I thought that was the last good season. I was told that was the last good season.
That was with the governor, right? Where
yes. Yeah. Oh yeah. It was. Was that? Yeah, that was season 4. Yeah. So that was and then somebody told me season 5 was terrible, and I just didn't waste my time. But looking back, I should have made up my own mind on that one. I should have.
Yeah, I hung through. I'm all caught up. I'm waiting on the new season finale. And I really think, because it did 7, 8, and 9 were kind of stale-ish. 9 was a little better. But 10 was really awesome, actually. I really liked 10.
So it starts amazing, goes down, and
drops,
then comes back up. Like a stock market thing.
Just in time to end. Showrunners have confirmed that season 11 will be the final season of the long-running TV show. After 12 years and 11 seasons, the show will wrap its run in late 2022 after a lengthy 24-episode final season, as opposed to its normal 16. The season 10 finale, A Certain Doom, was delayed due to COVID-19 complications, but that will premiere on October 4th, with 6 more bonus episodes of season 10 to be added in 2021. So this will pretty much span over 2 years, this end of this show.
Okay.
Spin-off shows like Fear the Walking Dead and the new limited series Walking Dead World Beyond will continue. Fear the Walking Dead is going into its 6th season, and World Beyond will be premiering on October 4th, right after the season 10 finale of The Walking Dead. While I'm kind of talking about spin-offs already, 2 more are being planned. Angela Kang will be working on a spin-off series following Norman Reedus' character Daryl Dixon and Melissa McBride's Carol Politer in 2023. The studio also plans on another spin-off called Tales of the Walking Dead, which is an anthology series headed by Scott Gimple, the showrunner for the
I feel like we're at too many spin-offs now.
That's what, 4?
If you have a spin-off already that's in its 6th season, how many extra ones do you need?
So the anthology series will follow characters we know as well as new characters we've never even been introduced to. Like I said, I've watched Walking Dead since day one, so it's kind of a bummer. But the comics kind of surprise ended. Everybody thought there was issues coming, and then they just...
So the comics did come out before the TV shows,
Yes.
right? So if you were keeping current with the comics, you technically would have all the spoilers.
I mean, give or take, they changed a few details.
They take their own liberties.
Yeah, so like for probably the best example is when in season 4, when the old guy Herschel gets his head cut off.
Yeah.
That death was intended for Tyrese, the bigger black dude with the beanie.
Yeah.
That's how he was supposed to die. So it's the same, but some characters are swapped in and out.
Yeah. They really made me hate that governor. That was like one of the.
They did real good.
I was like, they did really good. It was like in Game of Thrones.
They're really good with their bad guys in general.
Yeah, they do.
I was like, I hate you so much, just like I hate Joffrey and
But that's the thing. I mean, without the limiters of TV, like the governor in the comic books was like, unbelievable, dude. He was so much worse. And Michonne like scoops out his eye with a piece of glass or whatever, but not in the comic books. Oh no. Oh no, he like tortures her and like assaults her and stuff over the course of like weeks. So she like gets him back like bad. Like all sorts. Like for example, uses a spoon to get his eye out instead of a piece of glass.
Ugh.
It's pretty brutal. If you guys, I love comic books. So like if you do, I definitely recommend that. Definitely, and like it ended well too. So. Oops, I scrolled up.
We don't know what we're doing anymore.
So to kind of keep it on a little bit more of a serious note, again, I know we said this just the other week, but things will never change. Life will always be short, just as it was the other week with Chadwick Boseman. May you rest in peace. When you wake up, you have to try your hardest every single day to just make the most of it and achieve your dreams, man. Make them come true, because you always want to be your best self. Diana Riggs, known for her roles on 007, Her Majesty's Secret Service, and Game of Thrones as Lady Olenna, passed away on September 10th at the ripe old age of 82.
Oh, Lady Olenna?
Yeah, that sucks, man.
I know what that is.
From cancer. Screw cancer. Her passing was expected, and she spent her final days surrounded by family and loved ones. But what an incredible life and journey, man. What a career.
I feel like her last words on Game of Thrones are repeated right now.
Yeah.
Tell Cersei, I want her to know it was me.
But yeah, she touched so many people in different ways over the course of her life, whether it was being the sassy old grandma from Game of Thrones, or the first wife that 007 ever.
Didn't even know she played that role.
Yeah. That's the only person that ever married James Bond.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
82 is a good ripe old age,
life,
and I loved her and all. I do remember her from Game of Thrones and 007. Yeah, she'll definitely be missed.
Yeah, man, she's an amazing actress, man. May she rest in peace, guys. So I just wanted to throw that in there real quick because, fantastic actress.
I knew something bad was coming when you started the way you did, but I didn't know who it was going to be. So I was just sitting here like, help me.
He's going to depress us every week with all the famous deaths.
Just a new little tribute.
It's a good thing, though.
We're going to have to hold hands on the table.
Yeah.
Just reach down here and start holding hands.
All right, we can take it up to a little bit of a higher note now. We have video games to talk about now.
Oh, yes.
The good stuff. Here we go. Not the sad rest in peace stuff. The mighty Xbox. It's here, boys and girls. A reveal fans have been waiting for a long time. The Xbox Series X release date and price have been revealed. In addition to the Series X, Microsoft has confirmed the existence of its Series X, which is a smaller, more affordable version. Both will be available on November 10th. Both Xbox consoles will launch on that day. The high-powered Series X for $499 and the Series S for $299. Pre-orders for the next generation of Xbox will go live on September 22nd. For those who wish to look into the Series S specs, can do so by looking at our Facebook page. I'll have those specs posted at the end of the show. The biggest notable difference between the two would be the 12.15 teraflops in the Series X as opposed to the 4 teraflops in the Series X, making it about 67% less powerful than the bigger one, as stated by Microsoft.
So you're paying, I see, you're paying $300 for, it's a $200 difference for a 67. That's actually pretty substantial, I just realized.
And I don't know if that's just, and maybe I read it wrong, I won't die on that hill, but it still supports the 4K. It still has got the SSD in it. It's still just as not just as powerful, obviously, but it's still.
Does it just run out of memory faster? Is that what we're talking about here, or does it
teraflops? Come on, duh.
Teraflop. Yeah, I was like, everyone knows what that is.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what a teraflop is.
I have heard it before, but
I broke a flip flop one time, and that was pretty teraflop for me.
Chonkless.
Yeah.
Took a wrong step. Teraflop. I wish I could stand here and tell you exactly what a teraflop is, but I'm just not techie enough to know it. I'm sure somebody will get after me for it. Whoops, sorry. Revealing the launch date of the Xbox Series X has already caused ripples throughout the video game world. For example, Assassin's Creed Valhalla being the main focus of this one. Originally scheduled for November 17th, the game has treated fans to a bit of good news, as well as capitalizing on the Series X market by moving its release date up an entire week to November 10th to launch alongside the Xbox.
Same day. Nice.
Yeah.
Genius move.
Genius.
In addition to having that smaller Xbox for $200 cheaper, I think that is genius as well. I don't think the PlayStation has anything that cheap to go up against it.
I heard with the new Xbox and maybe the new PlayStation is doing this too. It's going to be basically like a computer where you can like almost go on the internet on your Xbox.
Right.
That's what I heard. I don't know if that.
I mean, that wouldn't surprise me at this point.
And we already have smart TVs where you can go on the internet, so it's like maybe it's kind of doubling up on something that's already.
Just maybe a little more user friendly with its browser and stuff.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, and virtually eliminating load times in video games.
I know.
Like, yeah.
It's going to make me feel, because I'm a PC gamer, and now I'm like, well, now everyone's a PC gamer on their. Dang it.
No, now I'm only the slightly more master race.
Yeah.
Dang it.
Now I have to switch over to one of them. They got me.
So on Thursday, September 10th, Ubisoft held their annual showcase, Ubisoft Forward. What follows are the most interesting stories I liked from it. This is by far not everything that was on the event because we just don't have the time to cover all of that stuff. And frankly, a lot of it I don't really care about, if I'm being honest.
It sucks you got left out. Whatever, deal with it.
Deal with it.
On the most illustrious podcast in the world.
Yeah.
If you don't make this list, forget about it.
Yeah. Just close up shop, you're done.
All right. So Skull and Bones is a game Ubisoft has teased for a while now, and it didn't make an appearance at Forward, but details on the game were updated, although still in development. It is a ways off. Creative director of the project, Elizabeth Pelland, has stated that the game has been redefined and is going with a new vision. Quote, "We dreamt something bigger for Skull and Bones, and these ambitions naturally come with bigger challenges," Pelland said. So a little bit of a update on that one, and kind of a new vision for it.
What is the
It's like
premise of that game?
Pirates, I think.
Yeah.
Sounds piratey.
Sounds piratey.
I'm just wondering if it's gonna be more like open world RPG stuff.
I think so.
Okay.
I think that's where a lot of games are heading, because...
Yeah, I'd have to go back and look at the... Yeah, good.
Good. Will they realize how successful it is?
Yeah, I'd have to go back and look at the actual, teaser that they threw out for Skull and Bones. I think it was at an E3 2 years ago.
Oh, okay. I will say, Ubisoft is an underrated game.
Oh, absolutely.
They're so good. Like, people don't talk about, everyone's like, well, Activision, and I'm like, but Ubisoft is pretty
Ubisoft is amazing, dude. Many classic games that I love from them. A couple of them on this list, actually. Next up, last year, Ubisoft announced their games Gods and Monsters, which was kind of like an open world. Mm-hmm. Again, an open world RPG game, a new game from the creators of Assassin's Creed Odyssey. This year, it was back in a big bad way with a brand new title and release date. This game is now called Immortals: Phoenix Rising. Ooh. Yeah, sounds pretty good. And it will be coming to PC and next generation consoles as well as current generation consoles on December 3rd. You can check the trailer out now, and it looks super delightful. Although not a lot of gameplay is showed, the art style and cinematography is wonderful. It looks fun and exciting. I don't know if you guys watched it or not.
I'm gonna have to check that out. It sounds like something I'd like.
But it looks super. It looks fun.
I just got done watching the one for Assassin's Creed. Now I gotta go do all.
Now I got you homework.
Now I got
more homework. But yeah, you play as like a young girl who's obviously sent by the gods to kind of do whatever the quest is. It looks like a lot of Greek mythology monsters make an appearance. I saw like a minotaur.
I'm all over that.
And she can pop Phoenix angel wings. Oh, dude, it looks pretty sweet.
I'm down with mythology in general.
Anything mythology, I'm right.
It doesn't even have to be Greek mythology. It can be Roman or
Egyptian, Norse.
Yeah, no.
That's why I'm such a big God of War guy. Bring it on.
Yeah, because he fights them all.
Yeah, he started with Greek, kill all of them, and then moved.
He's like, gotta go kill Thor. Or does he go to Norse or not yet?
He did. In the newest one, they went to Norse, but he didn't do anything with Thor yet.
I'm not gonna lie, the Roman gods are a little bit lame. I don't know if he's killed any of them.
The Roman ones are essentially just Greek gods.
Yeah, they're just copies.
Just with different names.
Like Mars and Jupiter, they just changed them to
Ares and Zeus. Yeah.
Yeah.
Essentially the same mythology. You look like you were about to tell me something.
Somebody was just saying they couldn't see me, but I feel like
I can see you. Perfect. Your beautiful face.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
That's what I thought. Sometimes if you lean back, sometimes it's like
don't sing lean back, don't sing lean back. All right.
I'm trying so hard.
So it's never a good thing when a video game gets delisted. For people who don't already own the video game, there's no way to buy, download, or play a delisted game, unfortunately. And that was the story for Scott Pilgrim versus the World, the game, almost 6 years ago.
I can't believe they made that movie.
Yeah, I can't believe
It's
it.
like the perfect setting to put into a game. Yeah,
I suppose. Yeah.
I just know
You're
you love
messing
that
with
movie.
me.
I just know you love that movie.
I like the game too.
Yeah.
But in a shocking announcement, the game based on Brian Lee O'Malley's comic books will be making a return. Although no physical release was revealed, cult fans of the series will be excited to see that the game will make a return possibly on next generation consoles. So, big fan.
All I took from that was you said the name O'Malley. So.
Yeah.
O'Malley!
Sugar Show.
I was keeping up. You said O'Malley, and my mind just wandered.
I see you now.
I can see you.
But anyway, yes, the movie and the comic books are a perfect adaptation for a video game. It writes itself. You got 7 evil X's, you got power-ups, all sorts of stuff. It's amazing.
That is true.
Fight me.
I can see how it'd make a good video game.
Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, The Prince is returning. Launching on January 21st.
I'm excited for this one.
2021 for PC, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One. A remake of The Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time will be landing. Fans have long suspected that this remake was in the works due to some minor leaks of concept art and posters in the past. The remake will no doubt excite longtime fans who have been waiting. Salty time. But in all honesty, the game trailer was underwhelming for me. The graphics and gameplay made it look like little more than a port rather than a full-on remake. Far be it for me to talk any crap about the final version of the game. Maybe it was just beta test footage or whatever.
Sure.
I think it could be far from the final build. However, if I'm wrong and this is the final product, it looks like a PlayStation 2 game. Get out. Oh,
maybe it's for nostalgia reasons. They're like, let's bring it back to the old.
Maybe, but I just talked about this last week with Super Mario 64. Like, it's just the same game.
Yeah.
Just, you have all of the technology to just make it look good. Like, nostalgia is the biggest hitter in the world. Like, it sells itself.
Yeah.
And you can't do nothing but put a slight coat of fresh paint on it. Like,
Yeah.
you had 15 years or something to do
Yes.
Prince of Persia.
I bought Final Fantasy X for PS4, so I know exactly what you're talking about.
I'm out here like looking for Final Fantasy VII remake graphics for Prince of Persia, dude. There's no reason that it shouldn't look like that, and I'm not saying it doesn't, because it might, like I said, it might have just been test footage or something to just get it out. But what we were shown was underwhelming for me, and I think if that's what the game looks like, I'm going to be disappointed in it, because I am a huge fan of the Prince of Persia series.
Love that movie.
You better get out, dude. You better get out with your Gyllenhaal. He knew it was going to set me off, dude.
He's just here to
Man,
go. Yeah.
I hope in the remake of this game they make him look just like Jake Gyllenhaal.
Perfect. I can throw it in the trash.
I'm excited about that one, but I agree with your salty. I mean, if it did just look like they spray painted over the last one, it's like,
Like, there's no reason that the mechanics shouldn't be smoother, the gameplay shouldn't look, especially if they're going to call it a remake it. Like, it looks like it's just the same build with a little bit modernized graphics, and not even that modernized. Ooh, I gotta stop.
He has like his blood pressure watches.
Ubisoft is going to email me like, hey, if you ever wanted codes for a video game, forget it. Look, I love you, Ubisoft.
Ubisoft, you are great. Did you hear us talking good about you earlier?
So that's kind of all I wrote down for the Ubisoft Forward. I thought those were really fun. So,
yeah.
The list of games that are getting free generation upgrades, or next generation upgrades, just keeps growing and growing. Last week we talked about how The Witcher's coming. This week, Borderlands 3 joins the mix with free upgrades to Xbox Series X and Xbox Series S. That's a typo. I'm not going to read that.
I know it's because you hate Xbox.
And the PlayStation 5. Yeah, that was, only because I hate them. Direct.
That's so
Critical hit.
Why do I feel like Borderlands 3 just came out?
It did. I think it was
So
I think it was last September. I think it might have been a year.
Okay.
About.
Okay, so that's reasonable.
Don't quote me, but I think it was coming up close to a year.
In my mind, it feels like it just came out, but maybe you're right. But then they're already coming out with like a remake of it. I'm like, that's kind of soon, But
yeah, this could just be a port though too.
Yeah.
All I wanted to state is that it's just free to move on to the next one, which is really nice. It's nice to see more and more games.
Well, then in that case, it's not really a gimmick because I thought they were doing it as a gimmick to get you to buy it.
Right, and I'm sure you can buy it if you don't have it already. But it's nice that if you have it, it's free. It's free. Just like The Witcher.
Oh, that's really nice. Yeah.
Or Doom Eternal, or what was the other one? Don't remember.
Is the new Doom any good? I'm sorry to go off topic.
Oh, it was amazing.
I haven't played it yet.
I loved it. I have it and I pre-ordered it, so I also got Doom 64 for the PlayStation.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah.
Man, we've sat there and played Doom 64 almost longer than I played Doom Eternal. When I sat there and I played Doom Eternal in like an entire weekend. It was so fun.
Oh, I haven't.
It's just the music, dude. You find new music as you go along.
Music makes a game sometimes.
Well,
and a movie, obviously.
And it's the heavy metal that just comes with Doom. Like, it's always been that kind of heavy metal rock.
Oh, it's almost like in Halo when you're running into a hunter and you hear the hunter music and you're like, oh.
Oh, right, exactly. And there's just something about running around just smoking demons. Feel the wrath.
I love it.
No, definitely. If you were thinking about playing it, I absolutely recommend it 100%.
Okay.
Because there's a new, I talked about it in one of the podcasts, there's a new DLC coming out for it too.
Oh.
I believe it was called Wrath of the Old Gods or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely. On the subject of PlayStation, Sony will be holding a PlayStation 5 showcase on September 16th. Things we can expect from this will probably be opening up pre-orders, release date, and hopefully a price, given that earlier this week Microsoft revealed all of that stuff. You better. You better, dude. If they don't, I'm going to be so mad if they do another event and they don't tell me if I can pre-order it yet. I've been out here putting my name in everything I can to get a pre-order. I don't even know how much it's going to cost.
we have his name in our system 17 times.
Yeah, deny him. Approve him for all of them, whatever.
Yeah, right.
Oh, by the way, it's $800. You have to buy it 7 times now.
You've done that yourself.
You've done this to yourself. What do you guys think? You think this is the time for them to drop a price now, or do you think they wait even longer? Because it's coming out in November. So
yeah, I think so. My whole rule with price dropping, as far as any company, is I guess they have access to the graphs and the numbers. I would say when their initial product drops below 50%. I don't know. I wish I had access to when companies actually started.
Right.
I don't know. Price dropping's a weird one. I don't know.
But do you think if they don't release the price here, how long can they wait before they do it? How long before people are just you know what? Xbox is letting me pre-order. They have to do it before September 22nd. Because that's when you can pre-order an Xbox. So if you don't know the price for a PlayStation, I'm just going to order an Xbox. I can do that right now.
When did you say it comes out? Hold on.
Xbox comes out
on the big one. I'll get the little one.
Xbox comes out on November 10th.
November 10th.
Pre-orders go live on September 22nd.
Okay.
Yeah. So, it has to be before that. Because if you still don't know the price of a PlayStation, how many people do you lose to Xbox that are on the fence waiting for a price, and then you don't give it to them? By that time, they can just pre-order the Xbox.
Yeah, I don't know. I think, but here's the thing about the PlayStation. Here's what I've noticed about the PlayStation population. They're diehard PlayStation,
Agreed.
And the Xbox people seem to be more on the fence. But that's just me. That's just my. I might be wrong. That I don't see many.
You gotta see that though.
I don't see many diehard Xbox people.
I feel like the people who are diehard Xbox are diehard Xbox. We know a couple that won't switch.
What is it, because of Halo or what is it?
I don't even know.
I don't even know. I told you the reason I'm getting one of those is to play the new Fable. That's it.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's gonna be amazing.
Directly after.
Yeah. Just
but that's the thing. We have friends where I've been if you switch to PlayStation right now, there's 6 games we can play together right now that you cannot play with me right now. And they're no, we're good.
We're good.
We have 1-2 games on Xbox that we're good to play together. I'm like, what? Why?
I don't know. So yeah, you're thinking that the fact that they haven't shown the price is like gonna maybe send people over to Microsoft or.
If this event doesn't show it, I think it's definitely possible. I think their deadline is September 22nd. If they don't tell people what the price is by then, I think people who were on the fence are just going to be like, well, I can pre-order the Xbox now.
Or they come to PC.
Or they come to PC.
Which, by the way, side note, I am replaying Fable 1 on my PC right now. Really great.
Ooh, love those games.
I know.
Fable's awesome.
I bought it on Steam for $5. I was like, oh
man, I can't beat that.
Yeah. Well, Steam when the Steam that is the one great thing about having a PC is the special offers you can get on Steam.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, I'm sure the same thing happens with Xbox and Sony though. Maybe.
Speaking of Xbox, in my last little video game story here, September is almost halfway over, but that doesn't mean free games or deals need to stop. The following games will be releasing for the Xbox Game Pass, which is the $10 free video game service for Xbox. In the later half of September, that'll be Company of Heroes 2 on the PC on September 17th, Destiny 2 Shadowkeep and Forsaken on Android and console September 22nd, Halo 3 ODST Android and PC September 22nd, Night in the Woods on console, Android, and PC on September 24th, Warhammer Vermintide 2 Android and consoles on September 24th. So there's some free additions to Xbox Game Pass.
Okay.
I just wanted to put Destiny and Halo on here, but then I figured there's only 3 others, so I might as well just...
You might as well. Well, and Warhammer, there's been a lot of hype about Warhammer lately.
Yeah,
I haven't gotten around to playing it yet.
No, I can't say that I have either, but those will be free up on Xbox Game Pass for you here on those dates.
I like it.
Now, we can jump in to the sports.
Just put my hands upon the table.
Let me get ready to code up.
Get ready to talk. So
turn me up and turn everybody else down. Thanks.
Yeah, you got it. You got it, boo. So first and foremost, I just kind of want to get thoughts about this out of the way. So the retired former 2-division UFC champion Conor McGregor was arrested in Corsica recently and questioned about allegations of attempted sexual assault and sexual exhibition. Following a complaint filed on September 10th denouncing acts that could be described as attempted sexual assault and sexual exhibition, Mr. Conor Anthony McGregor was the subject of a hearing by the police, read the prosecutor's office statement to the AFP. The AFP also reported that McGregor's attorney, Emmanuel Ramon, called the allegations abusive and relayed that McGregor had been released with no charges filed against him. McGregor's representatives told TMZ Conor McGregor vigorously denies any accusation of misconduct, and he has been interviewed and released.
It's hard for me, like if he did something, obviously I believe that he needs to get in trouble for it. But at the same time, it's hard for me to believe that he went to the police station, was questioned by the police, talked to them about everything, and then walked out of there with 0 charges filed whatsoever.
So the story here is apparently he was using a multi-sex bathroom when a female walked in and saw. This is just I don't know if this is the actual.
Okay.
But this is just what I read in the article. And saw his, members and stuff while he was using the bathroom, and that's who is kind of reporting these.
Wait a second, what? That's what he got. If that is what he got in trouble for, I don't think he did anything wrong then.
That's kind of what they're saying. That's kind of what I'm gathering from this is that yes.
Why isn't the girl being charged?
Well, it was a multi-sex bathroom.
Yeah,
So apparently you're expected to stop midstream and button up.
Apparently.
What happened was he went in there with a boner, couldn't hit the toilet, had to go stand at the corner of the bathroom and argue into the toilet, so she saw it.
Of course. Of course.
Yeah. So I don't know if this is, Conor McGregor spinning a web of, a lie. Like I said, I don't really see that happening if he's been interviewed and released. Yeah. Or if this is just somebody who walked into a multi-sex bathroom, saw Conor McGregor and was like, ooh, payday.
Yeah. So I think we can all agree that rapists should horrible things should happen to them. But I always get a little bit suspicion in the back of my mind when a super famous, rich, and good-looking person is being. I'm not saying it doesn't happen. Of course, it's happening.
Absolutely. But nobody's saying
that. But I'm saying when somebody is rich, famous, successful, and then all of a sudden they're getting all these accusations, I'm I think somebody wants a payday here.
Right.
Because I don't think Conor McGregor has to rape anybody.
No.
I think he can have
and
sex with anybody he wants.
And he just got engaged, didn't he not?
We're also missing out here that D. Devlin is going to beat the fuck out of him.
Yeah. But I'm saying, even if he wanted to cheat on D. Devlin, hypothetically, and he wouldn't have to rape anybody. He could point out whatever girl he wants. So that's why I get a little bit suspicious when I'm like...
Until they go to meet up with him and find out he's only 5'8".
I was gonna say, it sounds to me like I'm not...
Hey, he's my height. He's 5'9". He's
I'm not saying anything definitively here, because obviously I don't know anything about anything.
Yeah.
But it sounds like she walked in, saw Conor McGregor's peen, and was like, "Ooh, maybe I can get a little cash."
Calling the cops.
Yeah, maybe I can get a little cash out of this. Gross.
I want to wait because I feel like this is either going to go away really fast, and we're going to find out that it was like a lie, or within a few weeks the state's attorney will bring up charges.
Yeah.
And when the charges get brought up, then the facts will be public. So then we can kind of go see what happens.
Yeah.
But again, for the millionth time, I mean, if he did do something wrong, we all want to see
Absolutely
justice.
should be punished without a doubt. Like, we're not endorsing any of that here.
Yeah. I'm not a rape apologist by any means.
No. Just want to hear the facts.
Just want due process. I like how when you say due process nowadays, you're like crazy now. Everyone's like, oh, did he just say the court should do their job?
What?
I think everyone should go directly to prison.
Oh, yeah. So, this weekend, big weekend, boys.
Ooh.
We got UFC 11, or Vegas 11 this Saturday.
This is a free card if you have ESPN Plus.
For as stacked as it is, it's crazy.
It's so
too.
stacked.
It's so stacked.
Oh my gosh.
So I kind of figured it'd be fun, or Tanner figured actually, he added this to the doc. He figured it'd be fun if we kind of gave some predictions here and now.
They could have charged money for this card.
They could have charged, and I would have paid for this card.
I know.
Like, this is awesome. So
I would have really been
let's start. Let Michael rant quick about MMA.
That's at the end. That's at the end. At the end of the MMA talk.
So do you want to start from the bottom and move up, or you just want to go main card down to the bottom? Should we?
No, we got to start at the bottom.
Well, the thing is that I don't know many of the bottom fighters, but
I know what's his name, Derek Minner. That's at the. I think he's only the first.
Right.
He's from Omaha.
And he's fighting TJ Laramie.
He's very good.
So local, I would call him local fighter for us.
He lost his UFC debut on short notice, but he was lucky enough that when he signed his contract with him, he signed a 2-fight contract instead of just a one for a short notice fight.
So you have
Of
Derek
course.
Minner.
You should.
I gotta support the Omaha guy.
Well, then I'm going to put you down, Derek Minner.
Do it.
Just because I don't really know this fighter.
First round TKO.
Yeah, you want to put me down for the same.
And I'm just going to go for the other one because you guys, just to have a little drama here.
While you're doing this, I'm going to pull up the card because I'm better with faces sometimes, and I'm like, oh, I know that person. Yeah. Oh, by the way, yes, Steelers are winning. Side note.
Andre Ewell versus Erwin Rivera.
Don't know either of these
I was going to
guys.
say, I don't know these guys either.
If I pull up the records quick right now,
Yeah. You should have just left these bottle 5 out.
Talk about my boy Derek Minner like that.
Say their names one more time.
Andre Ewell.
Erwin Rivera.
Oh, okay. Oh, there it is. They must have added a new fight just recently to this.
Oh, huh.
Yeah, I'll take. Shoot, I'm American and I'm Mexican. It's an American versus Mexican. I was going off nationality, but now I don't.
Rivera it is.
Really, yeah. Give me the Mexican. Give me the Mexican.
Well, I'll do that too.
All three of us going Mexican?
Let's do it.
Alright. So after that, it's Journey Newson and Randy Costa.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
John Woodard.
Okay, so 9-2 versus 5-1, and looks like Newson's the favorite. I am gonna go with Newson because experience. He's 9-2.
I'm going experience.
He has double the amount of fights. Yeah.
I'm gonna go with underdog. So.
Oh, there you go.
How's that sound?
Hey, I like it. 5-1's a good record.
Next, there's that Jessica Rose Clark and Sarah Alper.
Is Rose Clark the one that we saw in Fight Island?
I've seen Rose Clark fight. Yeah, I'm gonna go with her because I don't know the other person.
I think that was a chick I saw on Fight Island that I really liked. She was very skilled.
I have no idea who Sarah is.
TKM, we'll give that one a TKM. That's a Tanner Kyle Michael there.
TKM, I like it. Well, my last name's Otamendi. TKO.
TKO, yeah.
That's what yeah.
Jordan Espinosa, David Dvorak.
Oh man, I was hoping that was David Dobrik.
I gotta go for Dvorak.
Espinosa all the way.
You got it? You really?
I liked Espinosa.
Oh, I have seen Espinosa. Wait, didn't he come from the
Contender Series?
Yeah, Contender Series. I was gonna say Ultimate Fighter, and then I realized
he's a solid dude.
realized there's no Ultimate Fighter.
You still going with Dobrak?
I'm still going with Dobrak, but I have seen Jordan Espinosa fight. He is solid.
I'm gonna go with Dobrak as well because he's got weird hyphens and a posture.
Obviously Polish.
Yeah.
All right, Mayra Bueno Silva, Mara Romero Borella. That was hard. To
That was the most Hispanic sentence. That's the most.
I couldn't tell where one name started and the other one stopped.
I see a Hispanic name. I'm just gonna start looking at Mike like, "Did you say it?"
I just like so. No. Oh wow, this Silva girl. Okay, like this is kind of inappropriate.
I'm gonna go with
But
Silva.
she does have like huge. And the reason I'm not trying to be inappropriate, but the reason I bring that up is because like Mackenzie Dern's like the same way, and I'm like, does that inhibit your fighting?
It does make weight cutting a little bit harder.
I'm sure. Yeah, I'm not even trying to be inappropriate. I was just like that might actually be an issue.
I'm gonna go with Silva.
Yeah.
Just because of the ode to Joyce.
Give me Silva. Yeah, give me Silva.
You too?
Yep. And then we're up to Mirsad Bektik and Luis Garagori, and I'm going Mirsad Bektik all the way. I've watched him fight multiple times. He's fought two of my friends.
Oh, really?
Yep. Yep, he fought Doug Jenkins and he fought Theron Akenge.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
with you there. Too.
I saw one of his losses, but yes, I've seen him fight a couple times. He's very, very good.
He used to train at Omaha too. He was at that that same gym that Anthony Smith, Derek Minner.
What happened to that gym? I mean, obviously.
Premier Combat Center. That's what it's called.
Oh.
Yep.
Because that was a good gym, and then everyone moved their separate ways, I guess.
Pretty much, yeah.
All right, Kevin Holland and Darren Stewart.
Kevin Holland.
We're going Kevin.
Let me.
I can't remember if I saw him on Contender Series or on Fight Island, but he was a DA.
You know what? Everything's telling me I should take Holland, but I'm gonna go Stewart.
Yeah, I'll go Stewart.
Stewart's a decent underdog.
I'll go Stewart with you just because. All right.
This one's obvious.
All
three of us are going Mackenzie
I'm
Dern.
going to throw my hat down for Mackenzie Dern.
Oh, no, yeah.
I think all three of us.
I was just talking about her earlier, but for probably inappropriate reasons.
This is where the card gets interesting, though. Johnny Walker, Ryan Spann.
Okay, Johnny Walker just got brutally knocked out by Corey Anderson.
Yeah. I feel like they rushed his career.
They did.
Yeah. Dude, he was such a big name coming in.
But, okay, I think, I'm going to be honest, Johnny Walker probably has, like, the brain cells of a gerbil, because I think he's injured himself twice now doing dumb stuff.
Yeah. Oh, when he was doing the worm and he dislocated his shoulder? Yeah.
But his skills are insane.
But, with that, Ryan Spann is 2 fights off of the Contender Series after he got signed, I think.
Oh.
And one of them was Devin Clark, I believe.
Oh, Devin Clark is actually on a winning streak now, right?
Yeah. But I'm pretty sure Ryan Spann beat him.
Oh, Ryan Spann beat Devin Clark.
I think.
Devin Clark just beat that undefeated guy who was on who Dana White was like hyping up.
Yep.
And then Devin Clark just beat him.
Yeah.
So
he paid for it when he beat him.
Oh, did he?
He did.
What?
He had to have eye surgery. The dude broke his orbital socket and his eye fell back into his head pretty much.
Oh,
and
no.
they had to he's recovered now as far as I know, but he hasn't started training.
That's a nasty injury.
Yeah, that was
so
pretty bad.
Johnny Walker, Ryan Spann. What do we?
That's a tough one. If he beat my boy Devin Clark, but I gotta go with Johnny Walker on that.
I like Johnny Walker.
I'm going Ryan Spann.
Superman Spann.
I just won't buy into the Johnny Walker hype.
I can't buy into it anymore, but his size for the 205 division,
he's
just
a big boy.
ridiculous. He's kind of like that other guy that we were watching at 170, and then he does crazy stuff and dances around a little bit too, so I kind of have a thing for that.
People were calling him John Jones's kryptonite, and then he got knocked out by Corey Anderson.
Yeah.
And then they were like, he's probably not John Jones.
He's probably not John Jones.
Probably not at all.
All right, and here's something important we got to talk about before this next fight. This Kazmat Chimaev and Gerald Mearshard. Was it disrespectful that they booked Kazmat twice for 2 fights? No. Usually you get booked for a fight. After that fight, you book another fight. They booked him for this fight and another one right after, so he already has another opponent coming up, and that's one of the first times the UFC's ever done that.
His rising star power is through the roof with his 2 wins.
It's pretty crazy.
So we all kind of on that page.
I'm on the bandwagon.
I'm on the bandwagon because here's the thing. You guys know he fought with 1 week notice, and he fought. Then he fought again 1 week.
The crazy stat about that is the first fight he was 158 punches landed to 1, and the next week it was 259 to 0. So he outlanded his opponents over 400 to 1 in 2 fights.
Don't they call him Khabib Jr.?
I'm going to call him Khabib Sr. because he's a lot bigger.
Yeah. Well, He fights in Khabib's weight class and 170. He fights between two, is what I heard.
I thought he was at 185 and 170.
Oh, maybe you're right.
He's a big boy.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Oh no, you are right.
He's a pretty big boy.
But that's some disrespect though. He's the favorite, and the guy he's fighting has like 44 fights. That's some disrespect.
The dude said he felt very disrespected by that, so he's going to go out there and beat him. And I'm like, it's cool that you think that, but I still feel like you're going to get taken down and pounded out.
But 31 wins. Ooh, yeah, I'm still going for. Okay.
Bandwagon. Let's give him a TKM. Let's do it.
Yeah. TKM, and I'm calling it second round. He breaks this dude. Just breaks.
He's
not going to fight anymore.
I've never seen somebody besides Khabib do what he's doing.
They both have the exact same style, pretty much. Except I've seen this dude fight on the feet a little bit too, and he throws down on the feet.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
All right. Donald Cerrone, Nico Price.
Okay, don't hate me, guys. I gotta take Nico Price.
I was gonna say
the same.
Oh, really?
Nico Price has been making me happy lately, dude.
He's
TKM, baby. Another TKM.
Nico Price is good, but Donald, I will never not be a Cowboy fan.
It's like you want to see him win no matter what.
I was gonna say this. Yeah, this means by no means that I'm not a Cerrone fan.
Yeah.
The man's
he's a legend.
Yeah, he's a legend.
If he starts doing well in this fight, I'm gonna be super happy for him.
Yeah.
But I just have that feeling.
This is a prediction where I'd be happy to be wrong for
Yeah.
sure.
All right, here's the big one, man. Main event: Colby Covington, Tyrone Woodley.
I'm calling right now that all three of us picked Tyron Woodley. That's what I'm calling.
Are you serious?
I'm going Tyron Woodley.
Here's why I'm going Colby Covington. I think it's an even matchup, but I think that Colby is the best thing for the UFC, and you're gonna say
Dropped your Make America Great Again.
yeah, no, I'm not even saying politically. His political views are whatever, but
he's fuel.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying he is the next McGregor. He's the next Muhammad Ali as far as trash. No, I'm talking about trash talk. Trash talk.
Yeah, but I can't. When 90% of his trash talk includes him talking about Donald Trump and going to the White House, it's like,
okay, that's
I don't
true.
really care about you anymore.
He needs new. He needs a new
antic, really.
Yeah.
Talk your crap. Stop involving politics when you do it.
But here's what I always said: if he would have beaten Kamaru that day, that would have been the best thing for the UFC because Kamaru's boring. He has no shtick to He doesn't do anything for the company. He doesn't bring in any money. Colby would bring in money mostly because people
we're
hate.
hoping Michelle, the new king of the 170 division, comes up there and beats him.
Hey, fair enough. But most people would tune into Colby whether you love him. Most people would hate him. So
I feel like after Tyron had that loss to Usman, he kind of slid a little bit. And then I think, because he was saying before, he was like, man, I was kind of scared to throw my hands because last time I threw my hands, it was like Kamaru Usman, and I kept getting taken down.
Right.
And he's like, but I'm really going to throw my hands again in this fight. And I'm excited to see, Strikeforce Tyron when he was throwing overhand bombs and just KO.
Why did he look so bad against Gilbert Burns? I feel like he was throwing 10 punches around.
Gilbert Burns he's such a good ground guy that he can walk forward at you all fight, and there's really not a lot you can do about it because you don't want to take him down, you don't want to be against the fence with him, and he's just going to keep throwing at you.
Right.
Sure. Boy, that's a tough one. Tyron Woodley's my height. What the heck?
That's hard to believe, man. I mean,
I didn't think he was that short until I saw it Straight Outta Compton, and he plays a bodyguard in Straight Outta Compton, but he's the shortest person in the group.
Yep.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That is funny. I mean, he's kind of in the rap scene a little bit.
Yeah, let's not go there. I was just nice to him. I don't want to talk about his rap.
Yeah. I was just that's why I'm going for Colby, because I've heard his rap. No.
So, did you already rant? Or
No.
Go on a rant?
Okay, this is really quick, and I wanted to get your two opinions on this
Yeah,
because
have
we're all considered martial artists. I saw an article the other day, and I talked to Anna about this because I was like, "Oh, this is kind of weird." It's who's the one who plays Wonder Woman. I think it was her.
Gal Gadot.
Yeah. It said actress, philanthropist, whatever, and then it said and martial artist donates money to this cause, which is good. But the last part of that article's heading got me. I was like, martial artist, and then I thought how do you just? I don't think you can consider yourself a martial artist either unless you've competed or you've done something to I think everybody's just putting it at the end of their name. I've seen a lot of actors do this and other people who they just put it in their title. They're like, I'm a philanthropist, I'm an actor, I'm a martial artist. And I'm like,
what's his name can do that though?
No,
what's the dude?
There's for sure people
Michael Jai White.
Well, not him.
There's for sure actors who I would consider martial artists, but I'm saying okay, so
Gunslinger
from the Dark Tower.
Hightower.
Wait.
What's his name?
Do you want me to look it up?
I know exactly.
Idris Elba.
He's Black Super. I'm Black Superman.
Yeah, that guy.
Oh,
Idris Elba.
Did you
Idris
get
Elba.
Oh yeah, you got him.
I watched a couple of his a couple of his Thai fights. He went to Thailand and trained for a long time and had a couple kickboxing matches in Thailand. And this is after I seen him in all these movies. And I'm like,
I would think competing or not, I guess if you were to do all of the training required to achieve some sort of belt, at least not like a white belt.
But
anything,
I don't
if
know.
you were to,
I don't even know if most of these people have. I think they took a few Taekwondo classes with like a
right, and they're calling
like
themselves martial artists, which I disagree with. But I feel like people who had put in the time. I'm not entirely ready to say that Gal Gadot hasn't.
Like,
Maybe she has.
I love her to death, but I can guarantee you she's never probably taken a kick to the face. And I'm like, if you haven't, how are you really calling yourself? Well, you're a heavyweight. That doesn't happen to heavyweights.
Well, they ain't fought me.
I rarely see head kicks, although Derek Lewis can throw a head kick, and
he can.
He can also throw a flying knee.
Yeah.
Like an impressive flying knee.
Yeah. There's a few heavyweights that can throw head kicks, I suppose. But I guess my whole point was I kind of related it to you buy a camera and you call yourself a photographer. Like if I right now bought a $200 camera, I'm like, I'm a photographer, and people are like, that's what I thought when I saw that headline. I was like, I guarantee you she's never competed in.
So is it just the competing, or like
no?
Can she like put in the time?
No, you can put in the time and like.
Call herself that.
I think there has to be a way you prove it though, and it doesn't have to be.
Right.
It doesn't have to be violence. Is how you prove it, but there has to be some way.
I agree.
For you to put that at the end of your title.
Captain America's a photographer. I don't know if you guys know
that. And we're back.
My rant is over. I just wanted to say, like,
no, I really like that one, man.
For all you people putting martial artists at the end of your title, like, think about what you're doing, because an actual an actual UFC fighter will see that on like he'll be like, what? You're not
right.
If I see that and I don't think you are, I'm just square up.
Yeah, square up.
Let's roll. Let's go. Square it up.
So yeah, I've seen that a lot where people are claiming to be martial artists. I'm like, really? Are you? I don't know. Maybe I'm just. I don't know.
I feel like it's a fine line because I don't think you have to compete to be a martial artist.
No.
But once you compete, you're a martial artist. So it's like.
Well, it's also like the thing that and here's my rant. People that are like, come into like an MMA gym and be like, oh yeah, I've never had an MMA fight, but I'm like 107-0 in the streets. Like,
wow, that's so annoying.
I would just hurt you for no reason.
Yeah.
I really would.
That's so
annoying. I've been in the ring, but I had taken maybe a year of jiu-jitsu classes, if even that. So I mean, I wouldn't even call myself like adept in Brazilian jiu-jitsu.
Submit me.
I can submit you.
You can obviously submit me, heavyweight.
He's got one move. He's real good at it, and it works all the time. So.
I could like pull a Kimura from like
from anywhere.
Anywhere.
See, for me, it's triangles from anywhere, but it depends, I suppose.
I have big dangly legs, but I always get confused about when to put them up or which way to turn.
I don't know what to do with my hands.
That's funny.
Well,
yeah, I'm sorry for that.
Let's get any more rants. I've been excited for Pokemon time all friggin' week.
Oh, we got two more little things.
Okay,
two more little things I want to throw in here. So the NFL is back. I'm not going to do this every week for NFL unless there's big stories to talk about, fun games.
Sure.
But I just thought week one would be fun to talk about a couple of interesting little tidbits that we saw. I got 5 of them here. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So Carson Wentz keeps trying to mess up my freaking fantasy. Every time
I knew it was going to be first.
Every time I put him in, he freaking just craps the bed, dude.
I'm going to ask you to stop putting him in so that he can play better for me. For me.
I should. Don't worry, I'm going to.
Good.
After a shocking 14 points last night.
Wait, that's how much he got you?
In my fantasy.
Well, that's more than my quarterbacks. My quarterbacks are sucking. To be fair, I'm winning by quite a bit, but
man, oh man, Carson Wentz retire.
Starts the game 14 for 17 for 180 yards and 2 touchdowns. Second half comes, gets sacked 8 times and goes 12 for 25 for like 80 yards. So bad, dude.
A guy like Carson Wentz can't get sacked that much, dude. No, they might just put him out of the game for the season.
I was telling Kyle, I saw Carson back in college. I saw Carson play all the time because he's my college's rival. He went to NDSU. I went to SSU. he would destroy my team. And so it's a little bit of like sweet revenge. No, I'm kidding. I don't want to see anybody get hurt. I don't want to see it.
Take that.
He just elbows me.
As soon as we're done here, we're all going outside, boys.
We're gonna live stream that.
What are these coffins doing here? Oh my god.
You could pick a different fighter than me, but you talked about Carson Wentz. It's going down.
I actually do love Carson Wentz.
I love him.
Also,
I just liked.
go ahead.
Oh no, you're good. Go ahead.
I was going to say Dallas Goedert. I knew him in college.
Oh,
He
really?
went to SDSU. He just went off.
He went
He went off.
So
dude.
he's from SDSU. He was our highest.
Why is he not on the podcast, Mike?
Yeah, I'll call him up. No, I'm not. I'm more of acquaintances with him, but and also the Eagles have Nate Gary, who I grew up playing football. I grew up playing with him. I was wide receiver and he was my quarterback in middle school. So I was like, the Eagles, I have an affinity for because they have a lot of local players. You know.
Yep.
So it's like people who I've talked to or I've played with or I know. You know.
Yeah, I got a picture with Nate Gary at Walmart
Why
once.
is he not on the podcast then?
He didn't write his number in my phone. Took a picture of me, and then went along looking for beard care items.
I text him every week with kissy faces. He doesn't respond. So.
Another one I threw down here real quick. There's not much to it. I just like seeing a nice high-scoring game with the Vikings and the Packers. Man, they were both. The defenses looked a little rough, and that's probably why it got so high. But I just like to see that passion, man.
Too, because it was pretty bad there for a little bit. Like they were just getting whooped on, and then they started coming back, and then Green Bay like kind of pulled away.
Pulled away,
Yeah.
But it was a good high-scoring game. I like to see that because rivals and stuff.
Yeah.
Lamar Jackson is still a freakazoid.
Get him off the field.
What is with this kid, dude?
I hate the Ravens because I'm a Steelers fan. Get him off the field. He's too good.
Get him off the field.
He's like a cheat code. It's like a cheat code that the Ravens put in.
That's how I feel.
They're
about
just using 2004 Madden Vic from Madden. That's what they're doing.
I feel that way about Patrick Mahomes.
Oh,
Stop throwing
cheat codes.
Stop throwing footballs from behind your back. Whatever. He's just like wrist flicking up to the side and boom across the field.
They need to fix this Madden game.
First quarterback to ever throw a curveball with a football.
Just stop, dude. We get it. You're amazing.
So good. So good.
Tom Brady.
Oh boy. You know what? Actually, besides that pick six, it wasn't the worst.
The first drive he had of that game was impressive.
It was
like,
beautiful.
This isn't good.
Everyone's talking crap about him. I'm like, it wasn't that bad of a game. He threw one pick.
And the other thing too, the Saints have been this good for a while.
Oh yeah,
they're amazing.
We knew they were.
Yeah. Did we? I mean, Saints have had the Bucks number forever. I feel like the Saints always beat the Bucks. So.
Right. Yeah. No. I mean,
James Winston. Otherwise, it would have been 6 picks. So.
People are saying, because
because
the Bucks lost and the Patriots won, they're like, well, maybe it was Belichick, and we should give up on Brady.
Oh,
I don't know about that yet.
Cam Newton runs one in. Wakanda forever.
Wakanda.
First thing he does. That boy.
I think that's I like the respect there.
Yeah, and then all the disrespect from ripping his chain off. Did you see that? Like Dolphins players, they grabbed his chain and broke it, trying to steal it from him. And, a fight broke, a quick fight.
Dude from the Broncos that used to do that. Oh, Talib Kweli. He would be covering people and they'd burn him and he'd get in their face and right before he walked away he'd grab their chain and yank it off. But he got into a fist fight with somebody from Oakland one game because he yanked the chain off and they started swinging.
Yeah, I mean
that makes sense. It was Oakland.
I think it's funny that in the NFL you can wear all this jewelry, but I remember playing in high school and middle school, you weren't allowed to wear anything.
Right.
I think it's funny that in the NFL they're like, yeah, do whatever you want. It's more professional.
It's gonna take somebody wearing a thick chain and them getting yanked in their necks
Yeah.
before they was no more chains.
No more chains.
Right. And then of course, my boys with the upset.
That was
beating
nice.
the 49ers. That was a beautiful game. I couldn't even believe. I didn't even start Kyler Murray because I was in my fantasy. I was like, it's San Francisco. They'll probably have a halfway decent game and just get cooked in that second half or something.
Of course.
And then they come back and won it. It's like, what? And I try to picture San Francisco fans that were just like, the Cardinals? The Cardinals?
So they already burned their 49ers jerseys. They're like, it's over. Oh, by the way, quick, Steelers just won. Thank you, Jesus.
Congrats.
You
wanted them to win.
Yeah, I needed him to win. I forgot.
I didn't want to win.
Oh, yeah. So for the first time in years, the Redskins are in the lead of the NFC East. Cowboys, Eagles, and Giants all lost.
They're not even the Redskins. They're the whatever.
The Washington football team.
How dare you? We're going to cancel you now.
I'm part of Redskin. I'll say what I want.
I'll say whatever I want.
No, overall, it was a great week one for football, man. A lot of good games.
We got one more game tonight, one more on Thursday, dude.
Yes, sir.
Not even over yet. Week 1's still going.
Well, yeah, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
You know what I mean. Ouch. And then a little NBA tidbit in here from the Nuggies.
Yeah. My Nuggets.
So Denver has thrown down some pretty serious shocks as they forced the 7th game from the Clippers.
Yeah.
Of everything else that can be said over all of it, they certainly haven't made it easy. After blowing a 16-point lead in Game 5, the Clippers went into Game 6 ready to win it all by securing a 19-point lead before once again blowing it all to the Nuggets. So how can LA stop from getting too comfortable with a lead when they get one? Do you think Denver could win all of it now? I know you're a Nuggets fan.
I hope so. I mean, I didn't have any faith in them when
I
they were
just
down
mean-
4-2. I think it was 4-2.
They have all of this confidence
Or
now.
3-1. 3-1 is what I meant.
Confidence and that right mindset going into the 7th game can do unbelievable things for a team.
So it's like they're just keeping people on the bench till like the 4th quarter. Like, all right, guys, go in there and win it.
Yeah, right. I just realized I said they were down 4, but they were down 4-2. I'm like, wait, when you get to 4 games, you win the series. But
3-1 and then 3-2
yeah,
and then
3-1.
3-3.
Yeah, 3-3.
But, yeah, no,
they're
there
impressive comeback.
there is something to be said with momentum. You know,
Yeah.
you can be down 3-0 and get the momentum.
Well, and now because they're heading back to Denver now, right? For the 5th?
Yeah.
Or the
But
7th?
here's my thing about I don't even know if I agree with home court advantage in basketball. Like,
Well,
is it
especially
even
now.
a thing?
Oh yeah, technically they're not going back anywhere because technically they're all in the bubble.
It's
now,
the
right?
dome, yeah.
Yeah.
So all games.
Even
are
if they
games.
even if they could, I mean,
Yeah,
there's
that's
just
true.
TV
Even
screens.
if they could, yeah.
TV screens in the audience.
But like I always thought that is true. But I always thought for basketball players, like I never saw it affect their play much, like traveling. But for football players, it seems to really affect it for some reason.
Yeah.
When Game 7 was in Golden State a couple years back, I was like, well, I'm gonna go ahead and throw money on this one.
yeah. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Man, oh man, yeah, that'll be an exciting Game 7 because now Los Angeles and Denver have both like gotten to the point where they need to win it now. So,
Yeah.
so it's not just Denver being down by 2 anymore. Like, oh well, why try? No,
The Lakers. Oh, God.
Your cousin Kawhi is
Kawhi Leonard.
Your cousin, huh?
My cousin. Yeah. We grew up together.
in the claw.
Okay, yeah, I can see the resemblance. You look exactly like him.
Same height.
The Lakers did
be
end
on the podcast next week.
the Lakers did end their series, right? With
Yes,
the Rockets.
they won. Yeah. So whoever wins this game will go on to face LeBron.
Oh
James.
no! Oh no!
LeBron James.
LeBron James.
Yeah.
All right. That's it for that.
Pokemon.
You know the drill. Let's do.
You best not forget after this game. I gotta do my scuffling.
Oh yeah,
It's
I'll
like
let
5
you
seconds.
I'll let us do our plugs here at the end. Let's go 1 through 30.
I picked last time, didn't I? So you can pick this
Didn't-
time.
For the number?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, I think we both agreed on it, or maybe I don't remember. Let's do 5.
5 it is.
5.
Uh-huh.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put those away. All right. Let the questioning begin, boys.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember how we got somewhere.
Yeah. Well, we started with type but it has to be a yes or no, so we have to ask like water, fire, fighting. Or fighting's a decent, or normal's a good one because it's so large. But is it a normal type?
Yes.
Oh, how lucky!
2 weeks in a row.
How
First
lucky
guess.
because we said water type last time.
Yeah.
You got it too.
No, first question, yeah.
I feel like I'm a magician and I just know that. Okay, normal. I'm not as good with the normal.
Oh, you
type.
know what? One of my questions that worked for us last week, I'm gonna do it right now. Does it have a tail?
Oh, that's
Yes.
good. That's a good one.
It's got a tail. Is it brown?
No.
Why do I feel like all of
Because
those?
there's an Eevee sitting right over his shoulder. And it made me think of that.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
No tail.
Is it? No, you said no tail.
No, it does have a tail.
Oh, you said. Oh, it
yes,
does.
I said
Oh,
yes. Yeah.
why do I think? Okay, let's do.
That's normal because that could be like anything.
Is it typically like aerial? Does that make sense?
Like in the air?
Yeah.
No.
Like, okay.
Doesn't fly?
Nope.
Okay.
Does not fly.
Okay.
There's not really a lot of flying type normals, probably, or maybe there are. Or
Maybe.
That was 4 questions, right?
Yes.
Is it pink?
No.
Oh. Okay. Think of another one. I gotta think of one. I feel like we got the
Is it
normal.
a first generation?
Yes.
Okay. First generation tail.
Yeah, I was waiting for you to
I'm
ask
gonna
that
write. Is it cheating to write down what we know already?
No, you can go ahead and do that.
I'm typing down first generation. First gen. Yes.
So that's 5.
Mm-hmm.
Yes to tail and normal type. That's what we know so far.
That's what you know.
The problem is if I don't write it down, I forget where we were.
I don't want to waste these questions, but I keep getting these feelings in my head, and then I have to ask like a certain question to negate that feeling.
You're only on 5.
Is it purple?
Yes.
Oh, I was gonna say Taurus isn't purple. He's like a.
Frittata. That's what I'm thinking.
Oh. Could be.
That means it's not. No,
I guess.
It's normal type. It has a tail. It doesn't fly. It's purple.
Okay, Rattata. Does that count as a question if we get?
Once you guess, it's the end of the game.
Oh, never mind then. Never mind.
So it's like-
Never mind. Forget what we said.
So you can do more questions.
Yeah,
to narrow it
yeah,
down.
okay.
Because no, Jigglypuff is pink. She's not purple. Isn't she fairy and normal? She's
Yeah, she's pink. I already asked her if it was pink, and he said no. So
Oh,
it's
okay.
purple.
That's the only purple.
It's the only one I can think of.
Let me write down.
Hold
Oh,
on.
I got to write down purple.
Does it have an evolution?
Yes.
Does it have only one evolution?
Yes.
Oh.
Is it Rattata?
Yes.
Oh,
I was like, once we got to the third point, I was like, I know.
He turns into like Raticate.
Raticate,
Yep,
yeah. Because I was like, wait a minute. If it has like 2 evolutions, I know I'll be wrong.
He should have more than one evolution.
I think there should be something after Eradicate. I think that'd
Yeah.
be cool.
I think Rattata looks cooler than Raticate.
I think
I
I think
agree.
you should go to like Eradicate and then something that looks like Master Splinter.
Yeah, dude, it's got like hand wraps.
And then it becomes like a dual type after that.
like a fighting
Fighting
normal,
Yeah.
dude.
Please tell me you guys have seen Pokemon Red.
Yeah.
Not the game, but like
The origins.
No. Sorry, Pokemon Rusty.
Rust. No, I haven't.
It's a parody on YouTube.
Okay.
This guy gives him like the Ultra Ball or the one Master Ball, whatever, and the scientist has been working on it his whole life, and he throws it at like a Rattata. And the scientist is like, "What have you done?" He just starts bawling. I'll have to show you it after we're done here.
All right, boys. Well, I mean, you got that one in 8 questions, I think. So
I don't think they're all going to be that easy.
Yeah, that was.
that one was a good.
It's
That
a-
one was a good, easy one.
Once the purple question, I was like,
Now
I'm
it
pretty
can go-
stuck on
now
that.
it can go up.
I'm
on
surprised
top.
you got last week. I was so lost.
That was a good
Dude, it's the tail question. The tail question does it for me, dude.
So you put him up there when we get him?
When you get them right, if you get them wrong, I'll flip them backwards and put them up
Oh,
there. So
the
you
shame.
See all your shame.
See, this
That's messed up. All right.
All right, boys. Well, if you want to go ahead and
Plug it.
jam out, give
Oh,
her
yeah.
a plug, my man.
Yeah. You best clip this out for me.
Yeah, just give it like 2
So-
seconds so that I got a good break.
All right. So for Scuff League, really exciting. Our preseason tournament is starting. I can't wait to start shoutcasting it. Hopefully, I can be a writer too. So writers and like I do the power rankings and stuff. But my power rankings, bear with me here. I got 1 through 10 this week. For the number 1 came out of nowhere, Iowa Kingslayers. They got nothing else to do in Iowa, I guess, and just corn and play league. But they had solid gameplay the other day in the scrim, bit of trolling, but that's what happens when you're winning, I suppose. At number 2, I have North Carolina Glamour. Also very consistent gameplay in scrims. Excited to see what will happen with this team. At number 3, I got Minnesota Comets. Number 4, I got Maryland Duelists. Number 5, I got Pennsylvania Tempest. Number 6, New York Haymakers. 7, Connecticut Chrono Breakers. 8, got California 42. 9, I got Arizona Starfall. And 10, New Jersey Hunt. So that's my 1 through 10 power rankings going into the season. Season starts September 18th. Well, that's when the preseason tournament starts. If you think I overlooked your team or disrespected you in the ranking in some way, let me know. Message me. This chart will obviously change week to week as the season starts, as teams start to do better or worse, also in the preseason tournament. So, yeah, that's my power rankings, 1 through 10. Let me know what you think. That's all I got.
Hey, that's beautiful, man. September 18th. Don't forget it, boys.
It's coming up, 4 days.
4 whole days.
Then you guys see me in a suit and tie shoutcasting nerdy video games.
I can't wait. We get you in a suit and tie here.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to. So we know somebody famous.
Somebody famous. Yeah, so famous. I mean, I am the most luxurious. I always ask. But if they saw I was wearing
We say
jeans
it
right
every
now.
week, man. And the engaged one now, once
Oh.
again. Just to remind everybody, throw him congratulations if you see him on the street.
Congrats to me.
Congratulations, it's so exciting. Tying the knot, baby. So, as far as Velocity Entertainment goes, we know you love the show. Of course you do. How could you not?
Obviously.
You could prove it, though. That would be awesome.
Prove it.
Prove it. So if you go to patreon.com/Velocity Entertainment, you can support us financially if you really, really like the show. Assuming you do that, you would get cute little rewards such as being shouted out on the episode, being able to write in, get your questions answered, picking topics for us to talk about.
I'll drive to your house and give you a smooch.
Give you a smooch. He ain't married yet.
I got a little bit longer. Especially if you're Chris Evans.
Oh, and the final one.
4 times.
Hold on, ready? Tenet.
Oh, yeah, you have to say that too.
We almost made it without talking about Tenet.
Well, we talked about 10 for a little bit.
Yeah, we
about
did.
numbers.
Oh, that we
Yeah, we
did.
did.
Yeah.
So
Shoot, I completely
no matter what, 10 is going to be
I'm blonde.
It's a
Forgive
good
me.
movie. It's such a good movie.
I'm blonde. Forgive me. Anyway, we're also on YouTube.com at Velocity Entertainment. You can find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts, and you can follow us on Twitch, Velocity Entertainment on Twitch. But again, the best place to support is patreon.com/Velocity Entertainment. Of course, not everybody can throw a few bucks our way, and obviously that's not what this is about. So you can go on to facebook.com, find us under Velocity Entertainment, and share, like, and interact. We just thank everybody that listens to the podcast. It's just what we like to do.
Thank
you.
Yeah.
Thanks everybody, and have a good week.
Anna was keeping track of it on the Twitch chat for me. She said first generation normal type purple. in the Twitch chat, she was keeping track of it for me.
Anybody else got one besides her?
Maybe. I had to exit out and go back in, so if anybody else commented, I didn't see it.
I feel like I